Golden had us all stuck to our screens during her legitimate confrontation with Johnny and Kid. Did that court show spill the tea? It resembled a genuine drama that left every one of us with jaws dropped, yet you understand what Golden, our unflinching genius, returned like an old pro-she, as of late graced the Aquaman 2 trailer like a chief. And it got all of us saying, "You go young lady." Hey on Golden Crowd, I'm Jason Momoa, be me, Jason Momoa. Well, it appeared as though Golden's appearance in the Aquaman 2 trailer left a few fans needing more. The word on the road is that Jason Momoa himself thought the trailer was pretty much as epic as an activity film blast, yet sort of left us hanging since Golden's appearance was only a dud. I Golden, don't converse with her. So how would you realize Golden we cooperate Aku? Come in so you cooperate as entertainers, right? The situation starts to get interesting, appears as though Golden has her own fish to broil, and she's blaming Jason for her Lincoln. You'll miss a trailer appearance, supposedly. There's discussion of Golden getting the boot from Warner Brothers. How about we simply say it resembles a Hollywood show unfurling directly in front of us? Even someone who is certain I'm meriting this disdain and nastiness, regardless of whether you believe that I'm lying. The oceans are developing violent in mid-September, while Warner Brothers delivered the trailer for its $215 million film Aquaman, and the Lost Realm. Disturbing reports from the Johnny Depp Golden hard criticism preliminary suddenly arisen on Reddit. This advancement represented a new test for the studio answerable for the movie. Look at me without flinching, and let me know that you think via virtual entertainment. There's been a fair portrayal. Allies of Johnny Depp covered the court costs to get to records from Golden Group specialist Dr. Warehughes. These unedited notes, hurriedly composed on a lawful cushion, were a part of the widely acclaimed preliminary from the earlier year, wherein Depp made significant progress. The notes shed light on a strained climate on the Aquaman, set with charges of an intoxicated Jason Momoa mirroring Depp and pushing for group's expulsion from her job as the amphibian hero Marera, in light of the fact that she did a truly frightful piece on Johnny way back. Yet it's unusual, as the preliminary advanced, the notes had something actually quite stunning. Jason said he needed me terminated. The notes say Jason tipsy laid on set dressing like Johnny has every one of the rings too, while a delegate for Momoa declined to give a remark. A representative from DC Comic Books communicated an alternate point of view in regards to Golden Group's depiction. DC representative expressed Jason Momoa behaved in an expert way consistently on the arrangement of Aquaman and the Lost Realm. This opinion was upheld by others, with a present on the Insider London said in 2021, expressing Jason works persistently partakes in a periodic ledger like any other person, yet never showed up on set inebriated. The Insider likewise noticed that the two stars had a good working relationship, frequently sharing jokes because of the cases of Momoa mimicking Johnny Depp. The Insider explained, and he isn't dressing like Johnny Depp. He has consistently had that bohemian-style. Golden Group decided not to give a remark anyway. A source firmly connected with the entertainer confirmed that the notes being referred to relate to the arrangement of Aquaman 2 and compared to a treatment meeting dated December 27, 2021. One more source with connections to the entertainer uncovered that her legitimate group had enthusiastically gone against the arrival of the treatment notes, as they had been looked for by Johnny Depp's lawful agents during the disclosure cycle. Is where we caught wind of Jason Momoa sprucing up like Johnny Depp and pushing her overall. I surmise on set. And not needing her there, Jason Momoa wasn't the sole Aquaman key figure to confront examination. The treatment meeting records additionally portrayed Golden Crowd's deep-seated insecurity in regards to the movie's chief, James Wan, and her sensation of being disconnected because of her well-exposed lawful debate with her previous mate. He raised his voice at me. I couldn't post about Aquaman, made it like it was my issue. I said, "I'm sorry," said Hughes. Notes concerning Juan, "No one could take selfies with me on set given power outage." Poon declined to remark. The DC representative says James is known for treating individuals from his cast and team with the highest regard and for cultivating a positive cooperative climate. On set, the Aquaman films were no exemption, and shockingly, Golden Group was near the precarious edge of being eliminated from her job. As per sources on the two sides of the issue, following the arrival of Aquaman in 2018, the studio and chief James Twan had chosen to reject the entertainer from the continuation, referring to an absence of science. Among her and Jason Momoa, purportedly they conveyed this choice to her lawyer Carl Austin. Through a conventional letter, these sources underlined that the choice to supplant Crowd was irrelevant to Johnny Depp and had happened preceding his lawful activity against the entertainer in 2019. Now this reports that the Warner sibling sources are currently saying that wasn't correct. He tends to Bohemian. And Weir's rings, it didn't have anything to do with Johnny. Some of the time he has a lager. Jason Momoa was not associated with the dynamic interaction either. Anyway, another source questioned the absence of science account, taking note of that Crowd had gone through a science test with Momoa prior to getting the job of Mira, and she had outflanked two different entertainers who had gone through comparative science tests, incorporating ABI Lee. In the end, Holden was not given up by the studio because of a strange new development. It was uncovered that her previous sweetheart Elon Musk had one of his lawful delegates send an emphatic letter to Warner Brothers, basically undermining outrageous legitimate activity. In the event that the entertainer was not rehired for the spin-off, I planned to express Vital to likewise take note of that. Elon didn't come into this discussion. When they did, there was a ton of staying away from Elon, and I would rather not get into the show exterior. Yet there's a ton of contention, as per an insider, with information on the behind-the-scenes contention. This letter was depicted as a singed earth letter that cautioned of critical results in the event that Warner Brothers didn't hold Crowd for the venture. Confronted with this final proposal, Warner Brothers respected the strain and chose to continue with Golden Group in her job. No doubt it was Elon who evidently made this solicitation. He undermined. He sent one of his litigators to a seared earth letter anyway. Jason has remarked on the simple presence of his co-star Golden from the most recent film trailer, despite the fact that Crowd, who assumes a huge part in the series, was obviously missing from key scenes exhibited in the special class. In a sincere meeting, Momoa commented, "The wonderful thing about Aquaman and the Lost Realm is me and my accomplice composed the primary treatment for itself, and it was around a 50-page treatment. And a ton of it needs to manage me conversing with the UN about what's going on with the dissolving ice covers. Fans have been participating in hypothesis in regards to the variables prompting Golden Group's decreased presence in limited time materials, producing different speculations that envelop potential plot spoilers and behind the stage elements. Anyway, Momo stressed solidarity and fellowship among the cast, expressing there's no distance system coming to obliterate us or outsiders from somewhere else. It's us destroying our planet. We really want to take care of business and save our home. Anyway, tales are flowing that Aquaman 2 is confronting huge difficulties with cases of sad late test screenings and Golden Group being decisively accused. This isn't whenever there first have been notices of issues encompassing Aquaman 2. The previous summer reports recommended that Warner Brother president David Zaslav was not satisfied with the film, and presently subsequently, a declaration about the delivery date being pushed back was made. Streaming is an extreme business, and we had an alternate thought. Our streaming business ought to remain solitary and ought to be beneficial and seriously productive. We have now sources are additionally guaranteeing that Warner Brothers held test screenings for Aquaman 2, and the input wasn't positive, especially considering the pessimistic exposure that Golden brought to the establishment during her harsh court fight with Johnny Depp. Accordingly, lead entertainer Jason Momoa has recognized the lemon of the test screening, yet hasn't communicated lament about working with Golden. Its agreement for Golden Group for the job of Mia in Aquaman. And at which studio contracted with a golden crowd, talking about Hard's short appearance in the Authority trailer of Aquaman 2 has for sure worked up a huge reaction on the web in the trailer. She is seen for only a brief instant beating on a glass window, submerged. A few fans have additionally professed to detect one more short appearance of Golden sitting on the grass. It's quite important that Golden assumes the part of me, the old flame of Aquaman, and her personality played a critical part in the principal film. Anyway, her job in this spin-off seems to have been diminished following her fight in court and slander body of evidence against her entertainer spouse. Johnny Depp, one individual, composed Golden, has taught the world on what course book selfishness and unadulterated evil resembles. You can formally allude to anybody supporting Golden as the people who love evil's strength. One more continued, adding, "Sorry, Jason, cracking affection you truly yet can't bear."